If you're out at Sutter Health Park last night, you saw our next guest throw 5 innings, give up 5 hits, 2 runs. He walked 1, struck out 5. It's JP Sears, A's left-handed pitcher, joining us now. JP, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Certainly better than the last time we talked down at the Sawyer, because there's baseball going on. How are you guys acclimating to playing at Sutter Health Park? Specifically, I guess, how are you as a pitcher acclimating to Sutter Health Park?
Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me this morning, you guys. And it's been great so far. Obviously, I think our first 3 series there obviously have been a little bit skewed towards the other teams, but as a team, we've been feeling really good. I think the last couple games have been showing that, and me personally out there on the mound, the field's been great. The mound's really good, and I feel like both games that I've pitched, there's been some good energy in the stadium. So it's been a good place to pitch so far. Obviously, maybe not the ball's flying a little bit, so maybe not that wise. But as far as just the park and all that, it's been a lot of fun.
Is it surprising to you, JP, how the ball just seems to right now just be taking off out of there? Because I think a lot of you guys have played in that park before as minor leaguers, and it just doesn't seem like it's always been that type of home run hitting park. But then again, Major League Baseball players aren't there every single day hitting shots.
Right. I guess, as a pitcher, you really just can't think about it. You just go out there and do your thing and going about your process of just preparing for the game and how it's any other game. But the ball's obviously flying a little bit at times. There's also been day games there where I feel like it's been opposite, where the wind's been blowing in. So I think it'll be like, a bunch of different variables throughout the year. And I think that over the course of a couple weeks and months, like it'll start to, really be in our favor as the home team, and just being comfortable there in the atmosphere and all that. And so I think it'll be something that'll end up helping us out.
Talking with A's pitcher JP Sears here on ESPN 1320. So typically you pitched really well against Texas last year. You shoved against them again last night. In the NFL, we talk about the NFL a lot here on the show, and we talk about division games and how they carry so much more weight in the NFL. Is that the same in baseball? Like when you guys go up against an AL West opponent, does it feel like there's a little bit more weight to that game in that series?
Yeah, I definitely do. As a starting pitcher, knowing that, obviously you look at the MLB app and TV all the time, and you just see the standings in the division, and that's the first step to get in the playoffs, right? If you win your division, then there you go. So every game that I'm throwing against, Texas or Houston, Seattle, LA, it's obviously a big game, and all of them are big in the big leagues. All of them matter just as much, but. Seeing Texas and other teams close to the top of the division right now, we want to catch them early on and be competitive with them. So obviously looking to take the series tonight against them, and then do pretty well against them again next week.
JP, it feels like you guys are super close to breaking through. You've hovered right around 500 for the last couple of weeks. Your road record's way better than your home record. But what do you think it's going to take to sort of get you guys over the top and get you playing plus 500 ball?
Yeah, I think that we've shown that we have a lot of firepower on our offense, having a lot of, just hitting a lot of home runs early on, and really producing there, and even early on in our first couple starts out of our starters, having really good starts, and in our bullpen as well. I think that on the pitching side, just need to do a little better with us pitchers, getting through that last 5th or 6th inning without giving up those extra runs or that 1 or 2 runs, and I think the bullpen would say the same. We just want to do good with those transition innings. Those, I think, have kind of been the ones that have hurt us. The couple games that we've lost, just letting some stuff snowball. So I think that's one thing that good teams will end up doing, and that's what we're going to do is, just focus on the little details that'll, get you that 1 extra out or the extra run on the offensive side or whatever it is here and there, and start to see things switch over to our side more. And I definitely feel it already happening.
Talking with JP Sears, a starting pitcher here on ESPN 1320. We heard about Nick Kurtz from the day he was drafted. And all of a sudden, it's what, 9 months? 9 months later from the time he was drafted, he's now making his major league debut, getting a hit in his major league debut. Is there any how impressive is that to go from being drafted to the majors in that short amount of time? And we'll start there. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a professional. I'm not going to ask a 2-part question. 1-part question. How impressive is that?
Yeah, I was talking to my wife about that yesterday. How crazy that is to me, to think about my time as a professional baseball player and knowing where I was at 9 months after my draft. I think I had a shoulder impingement in low A, so like everybody's a little bit different. He's obviously an unreal talent and unreal plate discipline, unreal power at the plate. I've already gotten to know him a good bit. We're beside each other in the clubhouse, and he's a mature young guy, and he seems like he fits right in. And we have a good young core that are all of us kind of have a lot of similar personalities and get along really well. And I think he will as well. So, but yeah, as a player, he's obviously a great plate, discipline and great power, and it's gonna be fun to watch him swing the bat the next couple of weeks.
Is there, because with the fan base, we every time he hit a home run, there was highlights from AAA, right. Like, oh my God, look, he hit another one. And then right. There's this buzz when he finally gets called up. Do you guys feel that at all in the locker room, or is it just like, oh, yep, new guy, we got a game to go win?
I mean, just like you guys do, I think the more you're on social media, the more you see stuff like that if you seek it out. So like we knew that he was swinging the bat really well, and we obviously heard a lot from our pro scouting and just our front office about how much they thought about him and how much they loved drafting him, and early on, and they were expected a lot of him. So I haven't been surprised by any of it. But yeah, you see it the more you look for it, and I think him as a player, he's just a pretty calm mind. He sees it too, but he's just wanting to come up here and prove himself, and like all of us. So it'll be fun to watch.
We were talking to JP Sears, A's left-handed pitcher, here on the Insiders on ESPN 1320. JP, Mason Miller right now, like when you get to a certain point in the game and you hand it off to that guy, it just feels like no one can hit him at all. I know he did give up he let Jock Peterson break his hitless streak last night, but watching that guy hit 102, 103 on the gun, and then drop in some crazy off-speed thing that just fools everybody. He's just a joy to watch at this point, and I know Dallas Braden keeps calling him the Reaper on the broadcast. Number one, does that fit him? And number two, outside of JP, what is your nickname?
For myself or for him?
For you. Well, I mean, if you've got another nickname, you can go ahead and throw it out there for him as well.
No,
we're on the radio. Keep it friendly.
Mason's not the most he's not going to try and hype himself up too much or talk too much about himself. But I think that we can all say around him that he's definitely the Reaper. That's a great nickname, and he reaps on hitters' souls when he's out there, and it's fun to watch. But yeah, and I think that a lot of people don't realize how nasty his slider is as well. I mean, obviously he throws 103 with elite command, and like you said, it's fun to watch. I have a lot of confidence in him. When he hands the ball, that it's most likely going to go pretty well, and so it's been a treat to watch. But yeah, nicknames wise, I don't know. Like Shay calls me like Jay Pizzle sometimes, but I'm not. I'm like JP's kind of already a nickname. So. Yeah, we're everybody's got a couple different ones for each other, but I'm not really the one with the most nicknames, I don't think, on the team.
I want to let you know, anytime you're on this program, you won't be called Jay Pizzle. We got you.
We got you. We have to take credit because Tyler Soderstrom came on after like the second game of the season, and now he's a superstar. So we're expecting the same exact bounce for you.
Okay,
yeah, you're welcome.
There we go.
Yeah, you're welcome ahead of time.
I love hearing that.
Hey, real quick, because we don't want to take up too much of your time. We really appreciate you talking to JP Sears, A's pitcher here. So, when you go up against a guy who's slumping the way Jock Peterson was, and I know that not too many guys are slumping like that. Do you know that as a pitcher, and is there like extra pressure? Like, all right, I don't want to be the guy who gives up that hit.
No, because that's just like I think that we just, if you ask a lot of guys, they say the same thing. We're too just used to our routine as pitchers of what the day takes. I obviously saw that Jock had a tough start of the season and stuff like that, but you don't really, when he comes out of the plate, you still know who he is, and he still has a bat in his hand, and I think you just resort back to hey, like, this is the scouting report says he struggles with this, and he handles this really well and struggles with this, so let's attack him this way. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's never fun to kind of have that spotlight on you, but it usually lasts for about a day or so, and then baseball's pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah, no doubt. JP, really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much for hopping on with us today. Good luck moving forward, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, JP. JP Sears, there he goes. Last 2 starts, by the way. 11 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's locking it.
He's just been really, really, really stable for them for the first month and a half of the season, whatever it is.
And now that he's joined this show, he's going to lead the majors in home runs.
That's
I know who I'm picking up on my fantasy team.
That's right.
Yep.
You're all welcome ahead of time. That's Joe Brazil. He's James Ham. I'm Kyle Madsen. We're the Insiders, sponsored by Jiffy Lube.